Good morning, day 5. I'm Peter and I'm sailing on my sailboat Doxie to Queensland from Gosford, Australia, New South Wales, Australia. Currently holed up here in Newcastle, and if you saw yesterday's video, it was hissing down with rain all day. No sunshine at all. Now, there's a little bit of a tease going on here. But I've looked on the radar and the rain is on approach. So yeah, I'd just like to get a couple of rays on my solar panel. That'd be really nice. It is charging at the moment, even though it's just soft light. It's not direct sunlight, so imagine what direct sunlight would be doing. Anyway, it's time for coffee. I'm going to stay here in Newcastle again today because the wind, such as it is, will be on the nose if I try and go to Port Stephens, which is my next stop. So tomorrow looks better, and yeah, I think I'll just continue tidying away, getting some chores done, that kind of thing, and just make ready for hopefully an earlier departure tomorrow. Anyway, it's time for coffee as usual, so yeah, let's see what the day brings. So yeah, you can see down in Newcastle, they've got a bit of sunlight there. Just panning around, it's quiet here. All the seagulls I had in a row yesterday are now gone. They're all lined up on the mast. There's only 3 of them left there now. Obviously out looking for something to eat now. And panning around, looking up the river, looks a bit grey. And going around, there's the old shipwreck there. The sun is trying, but every time it gets a bit higher, the cloud moves in front of it. So please, just something would be nice. Anyway, and all the commuters are off to work on a Monday. Sorry for you guys.
Today we are privileged to see the arrival of the undercover Beaver Navy as they bring their stealth carrier into Newcastle. Nobody's noticed so far. I just happened to look up at the right time.
The rain is a little bit back again, just drizzly. The sky's a bit broken, which is still a win on yesterday, so there is power coming into the panel. That's a good thing. I'm going to attempt to do some of the chores that I had left over when I left, that I thought, well, somewhere along the way I'll do it. Somewhere along the way, it looks like it could be now, seeing I'm not doing much else. So I might have a look at the radio now to see if I can actually install it properly and put it away tidily. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so I've got it sitting on the table here on a non-skid pad at the moment. Not ideal. I want to get it up into that area where the old radio was, although yeah, that looks like a cut I made, but I didn't make that one, that's fine. And it doesn't really matter once you get the appliance over the top of it. I will obviously have to make that hole bigger because this is a bigger radio. I do have a template here. So I might see if I can remove this panel so I can lay it down and get more access to it. Let's see how that works out. Just try and clear the work area a little bit. Got to get that out of there and start dismantling this little plinth. And yeah, see if we can bring things into a more accessible place to work on. Okay, it's coming slowly apart as I find the screws around the corner and wherever else you can't see them. So yeah, let's have a look to see if we can bring this panel down now. Okay, so it's always interesting to see what the back of stuff looks like, right? So yeah, we'll just pull this panel down. Now that is the autopilot, by the way, the self-steering helm or auto helm, or 55 million names for it, but that's what it is. And if I pull that down, it's connected by a single cable, which is good, I hope. This here is the splitter. If you saw my previous videos, this device basically splits the functionality of the radio and the AIS, which is both inside this unit. AIS and which basically shows my location to other vessels, as well as other vessels being alerted by the system to me if they're nearby. Also, it projects me on things like marine traffic app and that kind of thing, so you can actually see where I am at any time, or where I last was if I've turned it off. The splitter basically enables me to use the VHF radio and the AIS through the same antenna, rather than needing two antennas up top on the mast. I thought this unit here is probably a lot easier to get at than the antenna at the top of the mast, so that was the way I went. So I might try, whether I get to do that today or not I don't know, but just so I can see it, maybe put it out on there, because all it's got to show is basically the lights here, whether it's working or not. So it's not an instrument I have to watch constantly. That is basically this one, and of course its mate, the remote control, which I can have up in the cockpit, which is gold. Anyway, let's see if we can unravel this, and then I'll have to ravel it again afterwards. Okay, next steps. Thankfully, this single connection plug just screws and unplugs, which basically means I now have this board to take away to a more convenient location to work on, rather than have to do it by jiggery pokery in its current location. De frumelen, as they say in Dutch. I don't know what the English word would be, but I think that sounds really good, so I think it sounds like what you're doing. Having completed their reconnaissance of the Hunter River, the Beaver ship is now heading back out to sea, back to the mothership, no doubt. Yeah, so I'm feeling very tentative about all of this. Yeah, I just don't trust my handyman skills. Yeah, the only way I'm a handyman is I'm the closest by, but that's about it. So, but we'll work this out, and I'll take a deep breath and yeah, sketch this out. I've marked out the edges here basically, so I'm going to take a first cut down to these points on that side as well, and then the radio should slot in. It might need a bit of fine tuning, but let's just get the initial cuts done and see where we stand. So I'll take that to the woodwork shop. Oh no, we don't have one. Anyway, I'll find somewhere I can use as a saw bench and see how this goes. I tried to take that off. The bolts came away at the back, but it's been on there so long it's stuck fast, so I thought, okay, just gonna have to be doubly careful, that's all. Just to give you an idea of how much fun this is. Alright, got that bit cut out. I think I might go and do something else now. I don't want to try and see if it fits or not. I don't want to know the truth. Okay, gotta do it. Not enough hands, obviously, to show you me trying to fit it. Yeah, it's a little bit narrow, but that's good. I'd rather it that way than the other way, because I can actually make it wider, the hole. But obviously, if I make it too big, I can't make it back to smaller. Anyway, let's just have another go at it. Well, that's not so bad. Looks like it's fitting quite well, very snugly too. So I'll just drill the 4 screw holes and screw it down, and that should be pretty stable. So so far so good. Hey, look at that. The splitter, I am just working on putting holes through here, so I can basically get those cables through and then mount the splitter here, where I can still crane around and look at it. There's no room on this panel here because it sits behind that lip, but that's fine. It's not something I need to look at all the time. Just check if things aren't working. I can go around and see what lights are on, which basically are those lights there. All right, I'll start on the next hole because it's got the cables at the top, VHF, antenna and AIS, but the power is the bottom. So anyway, holes top and bottom of it, that's cool. So data cables from the top, power cable from the bottom. So far so good. I'll now grab some screws so I can affix the unit to the actual bulkhead itself. Right, and that is the splitter in place, wired up. I've turned on the power, just checked that the power's still going, so yes it is. So yeah, I'll have to tidy up this lot now. I know I still have to network and stuff. I'm not sure if I'll get around to that now. I know it would be obvious to do it now. Let's see, I'm gonna have some lunch. So, there it is, in place. So I just need to decide where I'm going to put the microphone handpiece. So let me look into that. And here we are, all done. Got the bezels on the radio, got the mic hung up, got it all back together again. So pretty happy with the outcome there. I've just got to reduce the size of a piece of flashing that goes across the top, then it'll be completely done. I've had enough drilling and stuff today, and of course the splitter over there. So yeah, that was a good day's work. I'm happy with that. It'll clear my chart table for other mess now. Got a nice cover on it too, so I can put it to bed, which I have done. Done. That, my friends, is the end of Monday. Yeah, I feel like I've got a lot done today. Might not seem a lot, but getting that radio away certainly was something I was sort of keeping on the back burner, and I realized I was now on the back burner, so I should get on with it. And I'm glad I did. So yeah, it's we saw a sneak peek of sunshine today briefly. So got a little power there. I've got the engine running at the moment just to generate some power to make sure batteries are full overnight. Don't generally have to do that, but it's been 2 days at least of really nothing much on the panels. I have got a spare solar panel. It's quite a it's a portable one. I brought it with me basically for events like this when I'm staying put in one place, and I can just roll it out and put it on the deck. Which is yeah, I can't do this very well, can I? Anyway, it's that guy there, so I can position it nicely wherever the sun happens to be, which means it needs to be nowhere right now. Mind you, we're probably about 45 minutes from actual sunset, probably less, so I can roll it up, dry it soon and put it away. The plan is to go tomorrow to Port Stephens. The wind is in the right direction. It's not very strong though, and there is a 1.7 meter swell, so it's going to be a slow trip. Yeah, hopefully it gets a little bit more puff than that, not too much, but yeah, enough to obviously make things go a little bit more quickly. It's just amazing how much driftwood there is on this river, just coming up and down constantly. I don't know if you can see it in the background there. Every now and then in the middle of the night you hear tap, tap, tap as a branch or a tree or whatever it is tapping against your bow trying to get past you. So yeah, anyway, successful day. Monday the whatever it is of May, 10th maybe, 9th, not sure. Doesn't really matter. That's me for today. Thanks for following, and yeah, once again, thanks for everybody for your great comments, and yes, I look forward to a coffee in Yamba. I think I've got a couple of people seeing Yamba possibly now, so yeah, looking good. So thank you, and this is Dawn Raider out.
Thanks for watching another Adventures of Foxy Doxie. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you.